I'm dying. Yay. We're live. Uh, we're live, and the preview's up, so hello everyone. You're still wandering around because I'm looking after a blinded daft dog. He's 16, he's fucking got nothing in between his ears. You're a daft son, aren't you, dog? No, listen to me. Well, I can't name it, to be fair. Dude gets 20 paces. Anyway, ignoring the fact that I'm ill, and I've got a dog who's got no sense. I've had him for like 2 weeks. Well, it's 3 weeks in total, basically. The 18th of Jan, I think we're ditching him. Come on, lie down, yes. Now don't come towards me. I said lie down. There's no point shouting at him, can't hear us. Yesterday I tried to actually body a Christmas tree, so it means he stopped walking into things, so at least that's a good thing for us. Right. I've been drinking, and I'm having an after eight because I've got them in for Christmas. Yay! So, news-wise, what's happened since I'm just streaming for the fun of it, and I've created a Ravenfield video. It was meant to be quick. He's lying down finally good. But it only lasted about, a good 40 minutes or so, my bad. My quick Ravenfield video never really does quick. And I was going to do a colony video, and I thought, I haven't got the energy for it. I'm feeling a little bit too ill. So I thought, scroll it back a bit, a stream, not people watch these. Casual. Who cares? So, while having an after eight, we can appreciate the fact we ended the year on a certain number. The year of 2024 ended on the 224 subscribers, so, brilliant. Thank you, people. More interestingly, you want to talk about general numbers. I know streams don't count this, but I think that we're still about 400 streams archived at least for it to be 1,000. But we have jumped up to quite a few views. Apologies for the after eight for teeth. There we go. And yeah, I wouldn't do that again while recording, Christ. Streaming, Christ. Can't ditch it quick enough, but yeah. Give me a second. It's really mute, but not got time. Right. So yeah, quite pleasant. And yeah, I think we should have a quick nosy at, well, what was a year ago? I mean, it's probably a stream. So we go to the live channel page. Never mind. 2 years, 10 months, a year. Let's check the year of this. You are definitely 2022. You're mega old. Elf, Jesus Christ! Oh yeah, that's an improvement. 2022, 45. Just to tell you of how I've done, and I've realised something slightly annoying while being on full screen. I can't do that. That is something I need to realise, right? A year ago is this classed as a year ago?
How that even works.
No, it's 2 years ago.
Do you work?
God damn it!
Do you work at all? You are working.
Let's do the full screen. This is that a year ago. I think that might be 2023 as well. Right, let's stay in this mode quickly then. We'll check. Yeah, 2023. Yes. But you're 10 months ago, so this honestly cannot be. Yeah, it says 2024. So we get rid of the. Actually, this is quite funny. It's just. It was laggy as shit as well, wasn't it? Literally nothing happened and I cut it off. Right, that isn't actually worth our time to talk about. Yeah, but that potentially is earliest stream. Probably was actually more content. I'm probably thinking 23. It's when I started switching to video, but Apologies. We had some Gmod Zombies, that did kind of well. TF2 stream picked up quite dramatically here. Streamer running this my rambling, but this was another update channel thing, wasn't it? So here we go. Here's exactly the 18th of July 2024. So do you mind you? We just had a boom from what was about 60 odd to 90 odd, 452 videos. Oh god, I need to get another. No, we'll wait that a minute. We were 600 odd, weren't we? So yeah, sorry, apologies. But yeah, but that's showing the boom we've been having recently, which is pleasant. Another stream, TF2 stream, a few of them. That one did quite well. We did the Space Marine streams. I made a thumbnail for once. Didn't do brilliant, did do horrendous. Did no TF2 stream. Started losing a bit of views after that because it got built up and kind of collapsed. Did World at War. It then crashed the mission. There's me live. War Thunder, surprisingly well. Not as well in that one. And then a farm stream and a farm stream. Surprisingly, same amount of numbers. Anyway, let's go find the videos because this is where we've actually invested quite a bit of time. Coughing again, sorry, I'm muting. Right, I'm not dying. Yay. Let's go practice for Monday since I'm back at uni, so yay. Let's hope I'm fixed. 10 months, 10 months, 11 months, a year. So I'm fairly certain we are looking. That is not 2024, is this 2024? That is January 2024. So we are looking at. Oh, for God's sake. I'll have to do the right click thing so I don't lose the spot. Oh, fucking YouTube. Or fucking Google, but yeah, so we're looking at probably all these were. I mean, let's just double check it over this. This is probably in 2023. I was correct. This is probably 2023. This is correct. December. So is this in 2023? Correct. So I guess I had it over Christmas scheduled. And then if that was, sorry, if one of these was the third. So this is probably 2024 starting. So the goofs could do more, but I guess they never were particularly impressive. Then they can now. Oh god, my voice is going. Sorry. But since I changed computer, that's gone now, sadly, so I have to restart the canal if I want to do it again, but what a project. That can now. Actually, might as well watch the video.
Right, yo, it's 2024. Who would have guessed?
8th of Jan, so this is. I don't want to hear myself. This is probably an early one. But by the looks of it. I don't know. 2025. I'm normally trying to put comment in. That's the modern thing of a like and comment it so it gets algorithmically boost to someone else at least. Bit dodgy phase. I think that was actually the game lagging if I remember correctly. The game was a bit stuttery. But yeah, basically it was just I had got my dumb creative build out just by going a straight line. So yes. Yes, a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, basically. Oh yeah, I remember that building. That was a bit of a mind-opening numbness. Ah, shit! I should have done that. I should have done the right click. I've done it again. I am the best host with the most. But basically, if we're gonna zoom. I can't believe how bad. I'm going in circles. I feel. It's like, 8 months. 3 months. Skulls of There we are. So where are we? I've got lost. Okay, now then we had the rocket train goof, which was my first real to the moon and back 1,000 thing. This was surprising. This was like my first like, oh shit, YouTube is working again finally moment, which I can then open on tab here. So it's overloading the design a bit. So this was recorded yonks ago in Space Engineers, and it got a comment by someone else. Bang! Video blows up. And yeah, so this was strangely enough something I never went back to was the trains. But this was a YouTube screen captured recording of me watching YouTube of this. Back, looking at a random small channel. Back to video, and I thought, well, rocket train. It'll be, it's not clickbaity, but then we have some slightly cursed TTT moments. Me watching old streams and seeing what I can clip from it. We had a Fractured World reboot at the time before I got bored of it and exploring all the SeaWorld I made. City Skylines 2. This is where probably one I probably should have carried it on because it did well. There's a previous episode on here. 21. Yeah, it did. It was. Apologies, coughing again. God, I'm dying. Right. Yeah. So then we have the battleship, which I thought, yeah, battleship, big ship, Dossing. Yeah, that did well. Surprisingly, this did well. Not so well. Surprised I didn't get more, but this looked professional. Looks less professional. It's kind of. Then the Gmods. Ah, yes, my little Daft Gmod series. Or the first one, should I say. With me messing around with ideas. But yeah. Then we have Colony Survival. Wait. Was Colony Survival in 2023? Oh dear God, do I have to? Okay. We'll do that near the end, but we'll see how old that's been going, because I don't realise how long I've been eking it along. I don't think I was doing it for that long. Oh, bloody hell. How long have I been doing that? Oh my God. I know I've hyped up the production of it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tis 11. I'm instant. So yeah, like I said, honestly, it was this video that boosted me to keep up with YouTube, realizing that it was starting to work in more success in numbers. Like I said, it's kind of one of them where Colony Survival, I was getting some steady views, boomed up, bang. Went rough and ready zinc. Then the Walking Talk 4. Was that also a year ago? Fucking hell! Where's time gone? I've been fucking shock. Then we had the Ravenfield battle, the Battlefront weapons. That was 4 months ago. Can remember it was basically I did odds and sods. I got Midsummer. I started putting my foot down on it. Especially because I know I was busy at places, so I sort of had to pull back a bit. Droids, guns. I remember some of this like it was yesterday. The bridge attempt. 21. TF2 edit, the first one. I mean, it's a small one. We could. You don't have to hear me talking, so it's not too bad. No, you can hear me talking. This, I like how crap I'm at audio balancing. But not really maybe like professional kill edit. It's just slight success. I'm trying to keep up the energy over the music as well. Also, in fact, it's quite laughing to do a TF2 session. Do take a I've done it again. Ugh. So yeah. Then we had this. We had this, which did well. I thought this was shit. I I wasn't proud of this one. Then I had my 3-hour edit. Oh god, this was. So when we're talking, this I think this replaced this. So this first replaced my and I ran a video on after I replaced the original old intro, and then this, which isn't loading because it's an absolute bastard. There we go.
Right. This is a bit of an odd one.
This is me rambling about this. Oh god, right, and then
Definitely 100% clear. No responsibility.
still Amelia one in the comments.
And we are going to.
Oh, hold on. We've got
So 130 odd subscribers.
for 130. So you see, that's where we were. And this is when I talk about success, because you know, for me personally, I haven't done that much in the shop any time before that. It was very much long-winded crawl.
And yeah.
I think this is on the old computer as well. No, this is on this computer. So I think, has this boom been on this computer almost entirely, which might explain something. I know this definitely was. Then
It's just so.
this is me. So basically, this had a room in. Actually, sorry, we'll open up G1 in the background. I can explain that better. But G1's already open. That was quick. Never mind. Open G1 in the background. It opens up right now. But we'll just quickly show off this. So this was like I wanted. In my head, it was kind of like, right, I've got pre-recorded clips of all the TF2 maps, and I thought, right, we could do it like an interview thing, and I'll dub it over. Then I realised, wait a second, it doesn't quite work because I'm the same person, and B, I didn't have any real script planned out, so it was kind of like yapping over random clips. So I had clips of me sitting here, yeah, as you remember, and me sitting on the TF2 maps, which we'll show in a minute, doing a bit of this. I thought I'll cut it down, but it's kind of like, yeah, what was this idea is great and all. What am I going to say? So, the original sample was literally here. So yeah, let's get rid of that. But that was basically.
And Dave? He killed Dave.
This was me thinking, right, here's a bit of me just being weird and wacky. And like all my jokes I do, especially my edits, the live ones are fine. They die quicker than you say anything. But the edit jokes, I take the bits probably too far, and then a bit more, and a bit more, and then a bit longer, and then the bit's probably going a bit longer. At this point, I was just having fun recording it. To be fair. That's my fault. I was having too much fun doing the bit instead of making a good bit. As I.
Enjoy the rest of this episode, and yeah.
That like list bad. Anyway, yeah. And then I do a Mr. Freeman joke as a G-Man. And then I have the original clips where I'm not speaking. Mind you, because all the recording was done without any audio of me voicing over. Because I wanted to try and have my microphone in a cardboard box and muffle sound, which worked quite well actually. So a bit of actual soundproofing before voicing over, but the cardboard box got chucked out because like most cardboard boxes do. But as you can see, this is me literally voicing over me doing daft stuff in Sweden and trying to fit in with the what I'm doing. Just me being daft and kooky. This is also voiceover, because this is me explaining this weird thing of just being heavy and just going da da da. And then you get into the actual montage. Which honestly, I think I did well. I think I kept up the energy quite well. I generally had some good songs picked, and I mean, they were never. I said there were never particular like brag montages. I said they were kind of a bit kill montage style, a little bit, well, it's a bit braggy like that, but I mean, it is a fighting game. You do things do happen when you kill people. I did normally add fun stuff in. If anything daft happened, normally it was added in. Best I could. I was rushed trimming through all the footage I did have. Three hours of footage. I literally had 3 hours of TF2 footage, and this is what got out of it. So it's probably about what's an hour and 30 is 16 30. So it probably is about 4 to 5% of it is all that's left. So that's about 55% gone. That's not. It's more than that. It's 20. You know, it'd be. Oh, that's a quarter. That was a half. I need to go to a quarter. I'm doing mental maths and it's not working. But basically, it's probably about under a quarter of it is all that's left. So, like I said, bit of Daft DT footage, and it was generally quite fun and playful and a bit. It songs go ahead like bleeding. And I found out some actual syncing on the audio library. I mean, I found it fun, and I think it was generally probably the more visually appealing things I've made to watch, excluding the runtime. So yeah, there's that, and then we had the Walking Top 5, which did not do as well, but it changed worlds, more of everything feels. It generally just works well, algorithm-wise, I can't complain. Lifts, Ravenfield did well. The Ultimate Epic Pack Simulator 2, surprisingly well. Apparently, Big E and Krieg did well. Next one did do too well. Next one did alright. Then it was what I was waiting for, which is Space Marine 2. Which I had the edit which I gave up on.
Okay, let's try that again. Now I've titled this.
It was a pain. It was basically the last day before it had a bunch of rain coming down, and I was just struggling to get the clear audio and lost.
Half of the train going past currently. It wasn't like Half-Life. For heck's sake. Spoil slightly, the Carl Guard bits.
So this is basically just a trimmed down campaign. A bit of banjo in there apparently. Ah, and I put some music in, didn't I? Maintain the wheel. Basically, my opinion Space Marine 2 is pretty good. I mean, I've seen recently someone having a mod and getting in a cheat of a new weapon that's not fully released to multiplayer, but apparently it's messing up save game, so I've been avoiding it a little bit, but maybe I'll play the campaign on max difficulty for the fun of it at one point, but it's generally a good game. Yeah, the music's just there to be annoying and sort of add a bit more entertainment value to it, because it was about 7 hours worth of footage and I was running out of time. I was very busy and I was like, oh. I see running out of time. I had plenty of time, but I didn't have time to actually be alone and scream. And I left the entire credits in as my usual. But generally, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good game. So, oh, for fuck's... I didn't do that! As I scream, as I didn't actually do the right click thing, did I? So I have to find where I was again. I swear I keep seeing different videos. That was 11 months ago. That was here, Triton, Excavator Nonsense. Where was I? You got a bunch of Frog Goose. With the walking talk. What are these numbers? Right. No, I was saying it's not 2 years old. Is YouTube just fucking with me? And I keep... think YouTube's been spazzing. Okay, it's definitely been spazzing him because you don't remember I was scrolling down here. I was like, right, 8 months, 9 months, and it's been some. Oh, this has been where I fucked up on there. Yep. Because I remember this, and it was something. I have to flush through it. Okay, if we can look back into the stream, we'll find out that later. But yeah, to go back to older ago, I thought it's definitely not 2 years old. The colony stream. The colony stream did start this year, so I'm not wrong. It's probably been a year. I need to look at the first episode of that, but yeah, we had Farm Sim, which sort of died up because I was recording in sections live and then cutting off and restarting again. Fractured World was doing interesting stuff, and my nose is running. Ah, crap. Running, grab a tissue. Running, grab a tissue. No, still dead. World, good. Right. Sorry about that, and we're back. Yes, yeah. Fractured World, it was dying off really. And the short Rumble did well. No, it did not as well. Then Ravenfield, yes, this is where we get the start of the Ravenfield nonsense. The goofs, hit and miss. Some did well, some did not. And then the battleships, there's one of the big booms. So like I said, that was the second big boom after the rocket video, was it? I don't know. What the hell? I tell you, this YouTube panel's changed. Was it this? I'm trying to look in the damn list and the list keeps changing. Sorry. And yeah, so 9 months. Yeah, so Battleship, that was the. I think this is the correct list at least. I don't know what was wrong before. Unless I did some weird like command to make it like to delete some columns by accident. But yeah, the Battleship which boomed because then it was like, right, Battleship keyword, did it 3 times. Not even trying to really click it, like drag it out, but I did. Did well. This was showing how Ravenfield honestly did boom. This was a crap map. Did well for the views, so then the walk and talk did alright. And aha. Well, we wanted to find out. When am I celebrating this anniversary? The 4th of April. Right. Need to remember that at some point. The 4th of April is when we celebrate that being. I said it wasn't 2 years old, but. Like I said, the numbers were being fucky wucky. Battle New York, this was what I was thought the other map I was playing on. The new video Ravenfield which is coming out on Monday. I'm going back for uni, so that's nice and all. That should be that. And yeah, Ravenfield generally doing well. Sorry, nil. Warships didn't do too well. That was a bit of a callback to old videos, and yeah, generally doing Ravenfield. Keywords, have a go. Did that, did well. Specials did alright. TF2 did good and alright. Apparently this did well. I think the thumbnail was just lucky, auto-generated nonsense. The aircraft carrier video here. Apparently having it hazy did well. This did well, but I think that's because I got a landing gear in it instead of a transport plane. Colony always did alright in views. It was always steadily low. Zombies didn't do well particularly, but it got a couple. Men of War fairly well, surprisingly well actually. Station is, yeah. I made a thumbnail for nuking an aircraft carrier. No one cared, relatively numbers wise, but it was more than last time, but not as much as some of the. Apologies for music again, but then I was nuking the battle cruiser. I think that one did do as well. To be fair, it was a bit of a shenanigans. Fixed TF2, live commentary, ramble. This is me rambling and then actually playing fairly well as sniper. Rainfield always does well. it's a staple now just to have the channel working. So if you ever just see me posting Ravenfall videos randomly, that's to keep the channel alive. So if you are watching them, thank you. I have no sense of planning them. They are just going to be popped up for the sake of being popped up. But the channel on YouTube works off them, so unfortunately it's going to be a bit of something. I don't want to be tied down to it. I've never been a one game channel, so being tied down to it isn't exactly my aim. But yeah. Was this one of the first edits? Remember to right click open. Ah yes, this was the one where I had text. This is probably interesting, but it took, for 50 minutes, it took probably similar amount to the longer edits. I think this was an unedited version. That's just my stomach grumbling. That sounded like it sounded like a fart, but it was actually my stomach grumbling, funny enough. It's like, except it was. We had the battleship. Great thumbnail. Yeah, I have to actually remember that. I was a bit of a, yeah, I remember this. The game was freaking out with the battleship. I didn't like that at all. Colony survival. So yeah, Colony generally did about 20, 30 odd high teens, like low 20s normally, and I was alright with it. It was it was chill. It was relaxed. I think it was generally doing steady views. I mean, TF2 normally was a long burner, so normally they either boomed like this, or this, or this, or they sort of slowly crawled up to something like this. Colony generally did alright quite quickly, so I was quite more pleased with Colony than this one did. Bigger, better. This was the wall. Yes, and then the walk and talk. My dramatic thumbnail of auto thumbnails. Dogs moving again. Visual audio experience does well, surprisingly. Thinking back on it. So yeah. That was just me not recording my audio. Basically, people in the house, I couldn't actually do audio, so I was just like, I had to play TF2. I don't think it was edited. Making dog noises now, are you? Yes, it was edited. I remember now. I forgot how daft some of this is. Oh god, this. And it was more or less just clips. And then I had, obviously at the end, how you end all great TFT videos with Finn. The dog is having what's called Alzheimer's moment. He does that a fair bit. And then we had the random video of me wanting to do a science experiment in Gmod. But if I remember rightly, I had my mic muted for the previous TF2 video, so I was talking throughout. Someone even liked it. Someone was talking between. I was talking between all of this, explaining, like, his bit of science, prop weight. Because it's quite interesting when you learn about the development of Half-Life, especially with the anniversary thing that's come out recently. Which is a bit funny saying this was done before it was even announced, to be fair. But people had a general idea. Then probably gonna make a thing. Was that, what's it called, the prop weight was quite interesting, so I made a little seesaw table and was like, well, what's what? And generally, you've got basically copy props like this, same weight. It's like, it's also just showing off the physics model, to be fair, and then dicking about because I was. So it's like saying, right, we've got two props, generally the same height, on the fly, mind you, because I was just thought, it was a daft idea, why not record while doing it? So we have a lamp and a gas canister, similar height props. This just showed you that they weighed nothing apparently, and remaking scales and doing shenanigans like that. But yeah, that was basically that. Then we had the Sparrow gunship. Yes, that was interesting. We had the main battle tank, which did well, surprisingly. Uh, so, even a comment. Actually, I spent ages trying to build a tank in Space News properly. I never made one I like, and then I made this. But unfortunately, the penetration of the guns just made it like, right, you've got to sacrifice between armor, movability, and functionality. The Dreadnought, I knew it was an instant success of recording this, because who does not like a Dreadnought? And I think normally you get videos of Dreadnoughts, it's like, okay, you've made either a hollow hull that's massive, it's very dystopian. I'm promised a brick of death, armored to high hell, and I did my best of creating an absolute monstrosity. It took an entire hour of straight bombardment, and even then, it was kind of
Well.
still there-ish. Speaking of that, I've made one last ship for Space Engineers 1, as someone may have bought Space Engineers 2, and that's 24th of Jan, so that's going to be there, but no one's going to watch this and thingy, but well. More expansion of the colony videos. I didn't realise, the problem is, this is why I got confused. I've obviously had a scrolling issue, I might have jumped or it lagged, but I did colony videos in sets of 3. This is why I got lost. I did colony videos in sets of 3 or 4, and then you had my luckiest auto thumbnail generator that did well, 2.1k views. Apologies, coughing again. But then a tank video did surprisingly well once again. Let's actually open up what some of these and see some of the optics they did. 16 likes. Got a comment or two. Get rid of it. Yeah, this is why I did I asked, do you like the tower? Should I get rid of it? And someone did just put get rid of it. I'm a failure of a YouTube channel. Sure, Mike was meeting in Christ, that's why I'm yeah. So looking at these. Yeah, tire blocks. I don't get how to use them, so. But anyway, this was a bit silly testing, and because one of the previous comments was like, I think it was either a live one or it's gone, or I've seen it somewhere, but it was on about using more variants. Could have been a live thing. And then we had my Gmod of let's just record quick daft Gmod things. And then I think I had the scheduling issue where I either scheduled this wrong or right. Oh, sorry, I did this one as a joke, and it did well. Actually, no, I think these were scheduled, and then this one I got scheduled as basically whenever this was being uploaded, whenever this was uploaded, which is 7th of August. This is probably mid-August, like the midday 7th of August, and I was scheduling. I think I was having a break, or I was doing something for a weekend, or I think I was just busy with uni stuff, so I sort of scheduled some daft videos, and I didn't schedule that. I basically forgot to schedule this, and it got jumped to instant upload and Premiere. Doug's doing about again. Neat. And then we have the absolute hell Mary of a video that this is.
We've got some new weapons.
Why am I re-liking my own videos? I swear I've liked all of them to boost them at the beginning.
And a revolver.
Someone subscribed. So can you change your mic? Which I did. Which I did try with my old 20 mic, but same breath. This is just a headset, so it's convenient. And a mill. But I do promise I am a bit breathy. know,
Xbox
good
One,
likes.
so.
115. Insert World at War, Call of Duty music. Okay, we did the joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is managed to creep its way up. This is basically never died of views. It's always getting about good 60 odd a day. At one point it was doing 1,000 a day, which was like, I'm scared. When's it gonna stop? But problem is, I think I've had some comments that like, let's go like old school like YouTube, and it's like I'm very honest. I do a bit of thingy. It's daft. It's simple. It's not gamified for the actual YouTube side of things. Huh. Those doing well. What happened to that? I'm having some YouTube shenanigans. YouTubers forgotten I've done replies, but I will reply to stuff if I see it. But I do remember seeing that actually. I do remember that comment. But yeah, this map was hell. But yeah, that did well. Not as well as this. I said this boomed. This was made, and I think this was when I started. So I think these were scheduled. This did well, and I was like, oh god, yeah. Checking dogs doing dog things. Okay. But yeah, we did the walk and talk 3, which did well. Then we had into what was the clickbaity. But the most gaming I've got was short clip. What can we get out of it? So we had the punching. We had the making babies with two. I was like, right, how can I make this the most clickbait title without being clickbait? So you had daft stuff like this, which we'll play here with the toolbox. Making babies with two women. Not clickbait. Oh. It's juicy titles, I put it. Literally, something that sounds wrong that isn't incorrect. Killing a crowd did well, apparently. People like punching. We're not a fan of two women or babies. Didn't mind killing a crowd. Didn't mind Zap Zap, that did well. Bombing an office dropped, apparently. People didn't like Office. Cooking with a baby. Apparently did well. House Explosion did well. Velvet Gordon vs. Fire did well. A Cold Bitch did well. Super Gordon vs. Strider did well. Attack Plane. Not really. Spy gameplay, true spy ability. Didn't do well. Gary's not putting a dog down. Didn't well, it did better, but not brilliant. Cheap AA did well. Bonk did well. This is so if I remember right, we've seen this before and jumped up. Anyway, this is where we were previously, and I got confused. So, I'm gonna go out. Ugh. I'm gonna go out. Who let the dog out? I did. He's gonna do his 20 paces. This dog, blind, deaf, and I mean really blind and deaf and stupid. And he's gonna do about it's gonna do a punishment laps basically for whatever reason. You don't like that? You want to come back in? No, he's doing his laps again. I'm gonna be like this all 10 minutes now. He's 16. He's old. He's not mine. Looking after a damn dog. As usual, I don't get consulted with it, so I'm gonna be babysitting him for so young. And I must get a new tissue while I'm constantly on my feet watching the damn dog. Thankfully, wireless headset does wireless things, and I get to put the tissue in a bin. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I had an alright, and he's a bit sick. He's doing dog things. Well, at least not doing it in here. Well, at least I know he's actually done something outside, so I know he's not gonna be needing it. And now he's doing some speedy laps. I tell you, he gets giddy. Anyway, he does his laps. Right. So back onto rambling about this, as I'm watching the dog. You wanna come in now? Come in. He's in. You've got zoomies now, haven't you? I tell you, you're meant to be 90 in dog years. If I see you in 90-year-old like you, right? I'll go back to this when the Bunk Song 100 did it well. What I thought was my more clever title. First, isn't linked to the government. It was probably government assassination that did the YouTube algorithm well. I will admit. It's probably someone looked at it and thought, it's just a crap video. Someone had to look at it though. We have the colony videos, which is a bit of a low point, but like I said, they do stable views. Then they can pick up. What do you want? I mean, the dog's so deaf if you call his name. So I go, Nero! Not even reacting an inch. We've got that Walk and Talk did well. Colony Survival, yeah, that did well. Then back to what I said before, we get back to this is where we had the bridge. Yep, we've gone back here. We've gone through here. Then after this is where we left off last time before we had the weird jump, and I got even more confused and lost in this home. But this stream's a mess. I mean, leave me alone. Which you have, because I've only got 3 people watching apparently. But the thing down there says it's only jumped up with 1 person viewed for about 2 seconds. Someone joined, witnessed me for a second, and left, apparently. Witness me! Anyway, we had the review, then we had, which was the 6 hours, but it jumped up to 7 because of the 7.5 hours of recording of the campaign raw, which jumped up in views. This is why I always struggled with what was uploading, because I never quite knew what was gonna do well in succession. So normally I did it a few times, and Rainbow Rainfield generally hit 100. I was happy because it kind of did well enough to keep the channel breathing. This was a daft video. This was me using 80 as HE. We had the new tech. This is Colony. We had this. Big Emmett House kicking a map. Then we had the Walk and Talk 5? What's the last one? 5. We've Walk and Talk 5.2, I think. I think I just doubled up the number. I've got the renamed. It's probably one more than I think. Whoops. Yeah, the World of Warships with an actual title, which was a Force Spike, because I was so surprised. I thought I'll recreate the meme manually. I see no god up here other than me. Warspite, best ship. We had the 200 subscribers special. This is a bit of a moment. I know I'm only 24 off, but I was fairly sure after in creating this video, it jumped back down and up from 200, down from 200, back up from 200 at one point. Or was that just before I made it? Someone's making a new Space Ninjas video. Yes. Apologies, I'm dying again. Yay! But anyway, that was that. We got back to Colony. Walls of Maintenance. I don't know what this video had, but speaking of random videos that I just put up, go away me, did well. I got comments, so yeah. Comment. That helps apparently. I jumped up to 700 views for what was me, effectively just fiddling around in the base. I'm fairly sure. I've done a bit of flooring, a bit of walls. Was this where I went round the backside? And yeah, I think this was probably the start of the backside shenanigans of the colony base, and then I went back down to the farm. So yeah, odd video. Where was I? This is where I get bloody lost. It was at 700. I fucking get lost easily. It was at 700. Did well. this was a random Space Ninjas idea. It did better than I thought it would, but I lost interest in actually making the map. So yeah. Yes, that was odd enough. Odd, but you know. That was that. We had a video which, once again, I was muted. I think. No, no, no. I done it again. Anyway, we're just here, so it doesn't really matter. Oh. If I remember, this map was okay and crap. Alright. Honestly, the fact that, mind you, it says no commentary. I was commentating while recording this. This is another comment. Like I said, get a comment and the videos do surprisingly well. We had Walk and Talk 6/7. No, that's 6. Yeah, that's 6 and 7. Yeah, they got 6 redo because I had an absolute weird recording issue. Was it even edited?
Oh no, right. I just recorded about 6 minutes of this and realised my microphone was not active on the
Oh yeah, I was having other recording issues.
previous video, which is about 50 minutes long, has the same issue. Thankfully, that's a benefit for me because I don't have to edit the damn video, because I said I was going to edit it, but since there's no audio, I don't have to edit it, because I didn't make up time.
Yeah, it was having an odd day.
If you're above ground.
A really odd day. And then I did the music montage. There we go. There's the big the big transition. I mean, it was kind of cool, but mind you, this was complete video glitching corruption. This was no. Gotta go, filter. I'm addicted to that song. I'm sick of listening to the songs I've got saved for the edits, but I'm addicted to them. Basically, nothing's happened since this, I will admit. Well, to be fair, Walk and Talk died off, as you can see by the views. That one did well, which didn't help, but that boomed, and it died. Spooky Season Edit, which is still on the tab YouTube when you open up the channel page. It's quite looking views. Honestly, I think overall, pretty good video. I mean, this was another joke of me taking a bit too far, I will admit. But generally, point out, this, very clever, a bit janky. Then I didn't want to cut off the song, because the problem was, I'm trying to find a bit to cut off and realising, in the audio thing especially, the waves, it's steady and smooth. And it's like, So I just grin and bear it and just have a bunch of dancing. And then enjoying, well, I can use the entire song, no repercussions. YouTube audio library. Legally allowed it. So it's kind of one of them. TF2, funny enough, is chill enough, goofy enough, where I've got this of just casual. In this clip here, where I end off in the murder session at the end, being a bit of an ass. In this last clip, just to finish off the last die off of the song, to get back into the old funny moment kill montage thing. And then we get the entire me being cracked at sniping for a period of time and bullying people on that map. I got slightly addicted to it. And Pyro. I was doing well in Pyro. But I haven't played in ages, so I've kind of run a bit rusty. Thank you for watching. That 5 hours 50 minutes, yeah. Oh yeah, I've taken it in a day and then edited it the next day. Yes, this was one of those Halloween. This was for Halloween, this is why I wanted. And then here's my entire credit bit. I realised Huh. I've got a long song and I've got that many credits. I've just made. To be fair, I've got it. Now, I'm not particularly impressed with the gun. Just enjoying this casual. So it's clearly me finding a song in the audio library and wanting to use it as a bit, and then this is where I get the famous laughing at the end. So there is that. And then I uploaded the raw video. Yes, I remember because I realised that I had it lying around. I never really checked how well this did in. Yeah, it did meh. But this was just the raw. So that's about an hour and 50 minutes. It was probably rounded up, but literally I just thought, might as well since I'm playing it. Well, I've already used the footage to edit. I might as well get some still use it. Because Colony still did well overall. Rainfield hit 100, Colony 30, boomed up. Surprisingly, I would say it's a better thumbnail, but that's I don't know. They're also a bit blurry. Is that just my current YouTube rendering? I don't know. They look more clear in moment, or is it just motion blur? Glyphly did meh. This did alright. Then we have clearly Calmo dancing. Did well on views. Did well on views. Some good comments. Mainly me, to be fair, just being excited the fact this did well. Because this was when the Steam Workshop got added, and well, it got added a bit, and I want to mess around with it. And then we've got, which is my filler videos coming. Well, I say filler. I brought down the old handbook, so still yeah, the construction one's done with. I can probably take it back upstairs, and I've got the redstone one I want to mess around with because I don't really do redstone. So I thought it'd be interesting to try and mess around with that. So I did this video, and then I did this video. It was like one of the week between, so you can see I'm getting really busy here. This is whereas I wanted a 20-minute break, so I made a video. So you can see they're doing surprisingly well, so this might be an interesting staple. But you look at view-wise, I'm starting to pick up a little bit, and it died off again immediately. But yeah, these did well, so I might carry on with these. I've still got plans to just carry on. I might do the houses. It depends. If they start dying off and my boredom starts losing them, but they were quite fun. I just had a Christmas game up, so it was one of them where actually I can probably just do a load up Minecraft. Load up Minecraft in the background. I can actually move the tab out of the way. I can actually move the tab out of the way. Yeah. But yeah, that actually did well. I mean, 128, 100. So 200 views, 2 videos, not too bad for what it was. I mean, the video's just still sitting here as Minecraft. As I mean, I can literally. I've been ill building something, so. Like I said, I've literally not touched it since I've ended. I just generally using what I know is building styles, and I'm not the best builder. I can build a little bit, but kind of messing with techniques and ideas and sort of clumping together to see how I can modernize the house without changing too much of the core identity. Because you could probably take this and the old pitch and go, yeah, underneath that's the same skeleton in quotation marks because I've changed quite a few edges here and there of the old buildings. That was the idea of that. I might as well show you what I'm building ill. Is it raining? Please don't be raining. Ah, it's raining. Fucking bastard. Let's quickly check my phone, but we're going to load up the civilization. Please don't be raining. Please don't be raining. Please don't be raining. Please don't be raining. It's raining in Minecraft as well. Severe snow and ice warning. It's not meant to be raining. That's the wrong place. Oh, raining. So it'd be raining for light rain in like 8 minutes. Okay, it's not even worth closing off the stream. I think it's gonna be drizzle. So if it's background noise, it's gonna be mild, so it shouldn't be too bad. But as you can see, I've been messing around with a bit of a island. I've was not gonna flatten it, and then I flattened the island. And I wasn't gonna hollow out the island, and I hollowed out the island. So I was building a castle, and that's what I did. So I've sort of messed around with texturing and with a bit of paracetamol in your system. Apparently, it doesn't make delusional. I don't know. I made all this, and I've been slowly building it. This reminds me to put up lanterns in here. See, progress live. Jim, no Jim. Okay, I won't say Jim Fest, but I won't. That's a bad quote line. Do not quote me on that. Oh no. Thankfully, I'm not making goofs. Well, I don't plan to, so that will never be seen again, probably, unless like in 10 years I look back and go, oh, shouldn't have almost said that. I've almost, unironically, I was like, yeah, I know that's a quote from somewhere. That's not a good thing to quote. Yes. So basically, yeah, I was messing around with this, and then I followed up the entire island, and I built this wall, and then I was messing around, and well, watching a video on the IRA. This roof was built with, and then the walls, and yeah, I was kind of messing around with textures, themes, and kind of, yeah, just dicking about blocks, and yeah, this is just me building something because I'm ill and it's a bit of fun. Anyway, let's get back to the bloody point of this of overviewed channel ramble, and then me criticizing my my Christmas special. That was the entire idea of the stream, but I've rambled for about an hour, so success. And then we had a relatively weak reveal video, but it did alright review-wise, so I can't complain. I was kind of a bit low energy on this, I will admit. I think that harmed it a bit, but it was just me getting annoyed from last time being battered by this thing, so I was using it, well, ironically, as a direct fire weapon and only giving them a pistol. And for some reason, they preferred to use the pistol, the AI, instead of this, so I was like, oh. So, for once, I wasn't being direct fired with the bloody AT gun constantly. Apologies for mute again, but jumping on me too quickly for that. It's on the inhale that gets me. What do you want? Basically, yeah, and then we had the last with the magic windmill. Literally, I've watched this back and went, oh, it is magic. So we had the windmill, which we saw, and you can see in that if you want, where I get the new block, and then we get into the Christmas special. It's where I wanted to be for a whole hour, but I've not done that. I've just flapped. Making sure my nose is clear. The edge of my nose, it's one of them. I've been going through tissues like mad. It's one of them. Sat on my bed as a box of tissues I haven't touched in ages. Like, oh yeah, I know why you're there. Not even for the ironic reasons of having tissues. They're just there when I'm actually ill, and it's like, oh yeah, shit, fucking need a cork sometimes. The amount of snot, I tell you. Not been ill in ages, and I'm like, do I want to get ill in August, October before it's Christmas? Because then I get fun time I don't get to enjoy, and it's like, I'll be right. I kind of regret it. Then I know last year at Christmas I was dead. And then guess what? My birthday came around, a bloody brutal time. No one could argue about that. And let's just say I went to bed about 9 o'clock the next day, Christmas Eve morning. Basically, that's being drunk and not being able to get rid of people and realizing, oh crap, it got to 4, then 5, and it's about 6, and I thought, you know what? At this point, yeah, it was about probably 4 to 5. And I thought, no, right. I'm not sending you out this time because guess what? It's not peak time, so you're getting taxis. They might be dodgy. You're safe. Stay here. Don't barge in drunk at people's house when they're sleeping out. It's like 1, 2 o'clock maybe, because you can still get a good night's sleep before the morning. And it's like, right, this is getting into the very awkward hours of it's too early to wake up and too late to sleep again. So I thought, no, I'll keep them in. So I did. I mean, one of the two were exactly keen on leaving. But, it's a day to remember. I've turned 21. I'm getting old now. I have to look after myself. And yeah, let's just say there's little jars of Sambuca did me. So basically, I've had a few drinks, and I lost count of the amount of pints I had. And I think probably 6, 7, 8 pints. Then I had about I had a bit of magic at the end, and then I had. It's probably more pints than that, actually. It's probably about 10 pints. I lost count at some point. I got there about 3:30, so I was just chilling, sipping pints throughout the night and day. Then I had these little jars of, well, Mum kept saying tequila. I was like, we haven't got tequila in anywhere to put in them, but these little jars for Sambuca. There's still one and a bit on the up there left, but what's it called? They were technically were either 2 shots or 1.5 shots. So I know in the UK we have 25ml shots. In America they're more like 40ml. So these were probably about big. These are big shots. So I had about 3 of them, and let's just say I was wankered for the rest of the night, and then I had about probably an hour and a half sipping a can of pop and chilling for a bit, and then I carried on drinking, had 5 beers, then a Red Bull, which honestly did my stomach in. Probably why I'm ill was because my stomach's not been right since that Red Bull. I've not been well since I've not been particularly right. I've been well, it's cold. I've been, let's just say, anything I put in me, I've been shutting out again. No, it's not lovely talk, but oh well. I've been ill. I'm coughing more. Give me a second. Apologise. I've just been ill. But yes. It's a good Christmas. Generally chill. Good birthday. I mean, I probably weakened myself from a birthday just to be ill. I'm now looking up the list for 3 weeks. I'll say Miss Doug. Yes, you sit down, relax. Alright. Honestly, it's like, why have you got a baby gate into this little kitchen you have area there for the kitchen? It's like, oh yeah, for the dog. Damn dog will walk into an oven or a dishwasher without a care in the world. Anyway, yeah. Let's get on to the actual point of this entire stream, which was to review what I did for these. Without shame, remorse. Because I'm actually quite happy with some of these. I'm happy or not. I mean, there were some certain jokes in this which I thought, it's a bit crude and lewd in the sense where it's a bit like, yeah, that's a bit... It isn't public facade. But yeah. I don't think I got anything ramble over Christmas. So this was made... Right, let's listen to this full chat so you can hear it properly, and... so, to keep this simple, this was made after the edit. Probably... 21st, I think it was made on, not 21st. 20th or 21st. Could have been 19th, to be fair. It was around then. Last minute, I was like, right, what do I make before I get the final Christmas video out? Someone else is playing. He's took better views than I have. Cry. But yeah, the Steam Half-Life Watch. I want to play Half-Life 2 with mods on. I wanted to do the full thing. See, you might do better views, but I've done better on video time. I've given a full movie. That was also done ages ago, which is probably why he's got the right peak time. But yeah. Yeah, so basically, I wanted to put out a video before the Christmas special, realising there wasn't much time left. I might as well created a small edit, simple edit really, nothing too complicated done. I'm not particularly knowledgeable in editing software anyway, so, you know, I made a thing. So this was the trailer. We can enjoy this.
Well, it's that time of year again. Snow falls upon the ground.
Is this YouTube compression or is it just bad quality?
If it did. It's currently
Bit of both, I think.
But if it did, it'd be cold.
Also, I think the light glare ruined it, but...
This man will be wrapped with more...
You're so far away, you're not really arsed at this point.
We'll turn part of him into a bacon, and we'll wrap them together, so he's still more pig and it'll be
Alright, it
more
didn't
tasty.
export right, but...
It's Gerald, by the way, if you want his name. You'll be on the fire in a minute. Yeah,
I think it's more the lighting. So, the animation was
you haven't seen the community post
causing compression.
recently.
Well, the animation's focused.
Special, as in, I've made an edited
So I
video
think it's the darkness
going
and the
out
light.
Christmas. So, yeah. This is a little bit surprised, and I honestly, it's 50-50.
So basically, I had a song downloaded from the library, which was still... I just have its background, which is Old Lang Syne. I had it just sitting I was like, I didn't use it. For God's sake, I ran out of time to use it. I didn't want to add another credit scene in
So some mods are very loud.
because I had the credits of the actual game.
But then some
So I was like, I don't want to do the joke again from last time, which was really long and annoying. So
is gonna be out.
this was my excuse. So I had basically the only reason you got this was because I wanted to use Old Lang Syne.
It's gonna be out about, you know.
Because okay, basically for me personally, New Year, Slade, Old Lang Syne makes my New Year. Anything else, sod it, I don't care. I mean, we've seen this New Year's. Fucking it was. I tell you, you got 15 minutes of fireworks. It's like, oh fuck me, that's worth the budget. Sadiq Khan's coming. Sir, you're telling me he's knighted for what? Killing the capital? Well, I'll say it's not killed the capital. The capital's been moved to a different country at this point. But anyway, not to start a race war, but to start a race war. Jokes, but basically, yeah, it was like you had the everything's gonna be better Labour song from the 90s. It was like, ooh, Dream. While I was liking that song when the Conservatives were still in power, then we realised it was Keir, and it was like, oh crap, what we got to, and then probably about a few weeks in, we went, oh, it's still Keir, and then it was like a few months in, it was like, oh, so a bit funny. But you can tell how long ago that was planned for that song, because Labour thinking its popularity is still high. But, I mean, it's probably still high amongst the left. It's quite an interesting conversation we had in our uni class, because we have one guy's more left, more liberal, but you talk about immigration, he's full on reform. I mean, I like reform in the sense where the right wing, in the sense where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna fix these issues. We're not gonna politically. We're just gonna go, yeah, we're gonna just do this, stop this. Sure, we'll get you in. If you don't do that, well, you're fucked. That's problem with politics. They don't say what they're gonna do. Well, yeah. Hi, Sam. This is me rambling. I've just got on the politics. I was talking about New Year, so I was watching the New Year thing, and it's one of them where, me personally, it's a certain Old Lang Syne song by Slade I enjoy, which makes my New Year. So I was rambling about this because I've got
Half-Life 2.
Old Lang Syne playing playing the back of this. So the entire reason this was here because I was rambling about the fact is I had that song left over from editing, so I made this trailer. It was on about New Year and how weird it is. So for the London one, for the UK, there was this like weird moment of like, oh, I wouldn't say political messaging, but we had the Dream, which was Things Can Always Get Better. It's a song from the 90s, which was used for the Labour campaign. Ah, well done, quite nice. So yeah, it was used for the Labour campaign in the 90s. It was a bit of a quiet laugh. Like I said, it always felt, yes, I was like this 50-minute fireworks show where it was like, yeah, that was it. Then there was about this weird, I think it was like diverse. It was this weird diversity comment they made as well in the mid fireworks show. It was like, laying it thick on the political messaging here. So yeah, bit of a weird news. Yeah, then I had this. To be fair, it was actually, to be fair, I will admit, this Jamaican Old Lang Syne song cover they did. Okay, that was quite cool. It was all right. I mean, it was probably the best they've done in about good 4 years. Because normally they drop the ball, but for me personally, Slade Old Lang Syne was the peak. Like 2012 on YouTube, you can watch it right now. London New Year. Peak New Year. You had about 9 minutes of like a few minutes of fireworks, and then you had the quick 2-minute Old Lang Syne. It was fast. It's good pace. It builds up, and it ends on a good note. It's peak what you need, and it's kind of showing you the blow to modern New Year. Anyway, I'll stop rambling, but
I think I've got
I'll get back onto me rambling about this. So,
a good balance between sort of
me rambling about this video. So, mind you, so how I've done this in Gary's mod is I've literally gone, right, shit, I need a teaser of some sort. I don't want to grab old footage. I've got, if like, I can't remember, was it like 7 hours, 8 hours of footage from Half-Life? I don't want to re-edit out of what I've edited or start fresh again. So let me record something live. So I think this was, no, I did this live, yeah. I'm going to get confused now. I've done a live commentary. So I've gone, right, shit, how am I going to do this video, right? I need a background drop. Let's just go in Construct, and let's go to this dark room. Yes. So let's create a fireplace. Trying to light this up with natural fire. So let's go to the start of the video. Brighter. So if you haven't noticed, as we're getting along, the old hold down C and right click and ignite tool, things are being de-igniting.
A little bit tasteless, but
So, wait a second, I'm gonna cough. Apologies, I am a little bit ill. But the fires were de-igniting.
because that's
So,
the reason why a certain model was downloaded, because it's like, well,
ignore me talk about the poo model from a moment, but yeah, basically, things were de-ignited. So I had a bunch of props flying around trying to light up the scene, and I had a random pigging because I thought it would just be funny, because this was me rambling, but yeah, me rambling as usual, but I was kind of like lighting up the scene, had one natural dramatic, so I'm thinking like, you're thinking old wooden study room, sophisticated, classy, creating this scene. You know, to peak off the year, let's try a bit of scene choreography. That's what the fuck the word is. Lighting, dramatics. You know, let's bit of effort. But of course, natural gym botching, as I like to refer to as. the fires. I didn't know they could do this, by the way. I never left one of these ignited long enough to know they de-ignite. So as I'm doing a bit of a wind down, and a bit of like, you know, a bit more personal talking to you, they slowly start de-igniting, and I'm doing this live.
to, shall we say,
So there's one point where I do realise, as I'm getting more personal, a bit more down to earth, a bit more thankful, a bit more like, oh, by the way, Christmas episode, you know, Christmas if you're by yourself, I'm here, blah blah blah. You know, the general, more personal talk. I just cut down. Sorry, I'm dying of coughing, but cut down, and then the pig disappears. So the pig's here, as I've just named Gerald on the spot, disappears from light, and it's just me in this seat with this single. Honestly, it's brilliant after the fact, but the fact this was all accidental lighting, and I'm rambling quickly, as I'm panicking because I realise my entire idea for this chill scene is just slowly wounded down. I didn't have a clue how. To be fair, like I said, the motion, it's a bit, the lighting is sort of pixelated a bit, but as I'm rambling now, I'm talking about rambling, but yeah, this entire scene, honestly, it's one of them. I enjoy it after the fact, but I couldn't do a better teaser. Like generally, because this was literally the last thing I recorded before Christmas. So winding down, this accidental lighting, this shenanigans of lighting, couldn't have done it better. Peak. Well, I say peak me accidentally making stuff work well and better. So, yeah, that was that. Then we get into what is what I wanted to come here originally for the stream, was talk about the edit. An actual thumbnail, mind you. Can we see it in full shebang? I don't think we can. I think, can we at the end? No, we can't. Anyway, let's go back to the start. Let's talk about this, generally. Because this, I think I've done well. I think, well, I say done well. There's bits I don't like about it. Bits I think I tried too hard and didn't really do it. Bits I committed to certain joke. Well, there's a joke I committed to which I think plays out because it's the only joke I run through the entire thing. Because a lot of times I just gave up and sort of thought, let's just let the clips run. Because in the same breath, I haven't put a full video of Half-Life on the channel. There's no previous evidence of me having a Half-Life playthrough, so it's one of them where I can get away with it being a bit long-winded because I don't actually have a previous thing. So this is like a lot of short people who do a lot of content. It's like, oh yeah, here's a Half-Life mod thing. So let's just have that loose and small and, you know, snappy. This, no, I'm gonna do long-winded. So someone might have looked into the a certain sound clip thing in the audio library of YouTube for the you know, just had a quick look around, saw what I found, and found a certain CD sound. So, you know, at that point, it's like, I could use that for an opening. So then someone thinks, well, that's text, I could do that, it's not complicated editing, I could do some stupid stuff like this. Right, let's do this. Let's botch up the loading bar animation. mind you. So I was doing alt drags and then moving it off across time, and of course I've got the wrong layer for that one, and then so rest of that fine. Okay, I think no one's gonna really notice to be asked about that, but that was a bit of a nitpick from me.
Right.
And I'm back into it.
Right. Recording.
So let's put me down because I'm actually talking again. Bit lower down. There we go. And so this is me rambling on about. I wish I had a bit more fine control of YouTube. So this is me just going through the mod list if anyone was actually curious, but most of them were just like some texture nonsense. And surprisingly, we did alright in copyright on this. Because in the background, if you can't hear, it's once in a lifetime. So, and then Saul Goodman model. I basically just clicked on the shite ton of mods, and some broke, some didn't for this, but I had a bunch of contradicting mods, so some stuff did work in my testing of this, and I start singing. So annoyingly, I was like, right, I better start doing my shit singing to try and cover up the fact that there's music playing. So which I did. I mean, it's pretty chill. I mean, it's there, you can watch it. I mean, I had fun with it.
Hopefully that was enough to hide the.
Yeah, as I'm saying, enough to hide the actual audio because I was scared. Because for me, it's louder than it was in the recording and edit. Blind and stupid as I was, tried to throw a prop at the camera and realizing, oh yeah, it doesn't block the camera flash. But yeah, generally, I will admit, I've said before in the comments, I think somewhere, was it here? Wasn't a bit of a rush of making it. Holiday Dash, huh? Didn't realize that came up. But I think I made a community post where I said that my only criticism of this was the audio balance. I had an issue in editing software for doing my speaking. The in-game audio, I should have played the in-game audio louder and turned down my own headset. Because that's something I need to probably do afterwards. I didn't realize how quiet it was recorded of it. So for me hearing it, it's a lot louder in-game than it is in recording, sadly. So voice lines are quiet. You can still hear them, but they're a bit quiet. The speaking is up there. The certain mod sounds are quite all over the show. Like, so the music's loud, but sometimes it's really quiet. That's probably there as well for copyright for certain songs. And then the guns are really loud, and then certain things are not. And yeah, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. Audio balancing is. So sometimes you're hearing me jump, like the speaking there, a few decibels jumped up, and it's gonna dip back down, I think, to now where it's just dropped that down. Because basically, I was a bit of, since it was all live mics, I should have done a separate audio track, which I didn't, which I'm gonna learn from as well. Because normally I can't be arsed trying to deal with any desyncing, so I've kept the audio track synced up with the in-game audio as a single file, along with the video linked, for stupid simplicity sakes. But I realised now that that was a mistake for such a long video, and the fact it's not one long take. I'm gonna be moving, I'm gonna be drinking, I'm gonna be moving about, doing stuff in recording. So my audio is going to be a bit different via takes and via days, and so it's one of them where creating a separate audio file, I can get rid of some of the buzz, because I forgot how a bit awkward it can be for long-winded. But thankfully I managed to, I think, distract. As you can see, as you can hear via my voice, I was having fun with it. Basically this entire idea was, here's a video. It's been released at Christmas. I've been left alone now, according to the YouTube thingamajig. Well, he stayed for a bit, apparently. So, I thank him so much for staying as much, according to the thing, but whoopsie. I am rambling. This is the entire point of this.
Oh, right.
But generally, I was going to... Basically, I wanted to make my half... Basically, was it... November they released the what's it called the documentary, and then the mod support came. What was it? I think it was like early December. When did I can remember, this when basically the mod spot came out and then the documentary came out soon after. So it was one of them where I wanted to make this, but I was really busy. I had uni to finish for the year for Christmas. Basically, it was one of them where I didn't get to make this quick enough.
Let's go.
So at that point, it came a Christmas special in quotation marks. And then the picture got cut off the thumbnail, which is a bit annoying because it said more.
So Half-Life modded.
I mean, the YouTube compression has really, well, miffed me a bit. Basically, if this was raw footage, it's in 140p. But I then chucked that for 180 for the edit, so it looks quite good when it's not having some motion issues of pixelation. I mean, it's not horrendous. It's honestly me nitpicking. Also, the fact is, mind you, there's a lot of textured grates of transparency, which is also going to hinder. It's also an old game. It's also working differently. So yeah, if I ever learn how to get the quality fixed right, this is another thing I want to work on.
So yeah, as you can see, the comp binder in cartoon form.
Which is that, and this is me probably ruining a joke, but I'm doing a bit of a thing where I'm having this joke run before the actual voice line. So about that beer, it's me, Barney from dang it, sorry. It's me, Gordon, Barney from Black Mesa. And as we jump along and more womps, more models and nonsense like this, and me just showing my absolute frustration of being in this talking voice line. I've played the game enough. I played it a few times. I've dealt with it long enough. As you can see, the voice lines.
Oh god.
I don't know if this is the game or the mod ruining the actual volume, but this is me raising up as well.
So quiet.
In the editing software and live, it's very quiet. I've turned up a bit without having to peak the background buzz. So it's one of them.
Actually work.
So it's one of them.
Some mods I don't think are actually working on this.
Me just copying and pasting the previous layouts for the Womps and just generally having fun with it. It's not, you know, a massive craft edit. It's one of my edits. It's my you've already used to my edits now. I put a lot of hours in
Depending on which one's take over.
for slightly less shit.
I have some more crazy mods, I have some more simple mods. I basically just piled what I saw on and...
Yeah, literally as I was explaining the mods, and then we had a bit of texture issues. And then we had me suffering through another scene, realizing how dramatic I could try and hide myself away, messing around, talk about the models, and being. Problem was, this entire time I've cut out a lot of my time, but the original footage was me bitching about her jeans, because her jeans had some weird lighting fuzz while playing that were winding me up, because it's one of them where it's like, I'm not watching one of my videos compressing, but because of the model, it's like, I don't know, be talking about someone's, like the girl's like legs and ass, but it was one of them where the bloody model was doing some weird lighting fuzz. You can't actually, you can slightly hear it, but it was louder for me in person, which is why I panicked. Also, the fact that I do enjoy the tune a little bit too much.
I can't tell. The animation...
Also, her face had a weird, like, lip to nose to here stillness, and then it's animated facial, but it's not.
It's Coach!
So, like I said, I've test played this a little bit to see what worked and how well the mods worked. Is the distracted joke in here?
Oh look, it's Tits McGee.
Tits McGee, as that. Unironically, I've said that again in the next playthrough, so that nickname carried on, funny enough. funny thing with editing, you realise some of your previous one hand off comments have carried on.
I'll go check a post.
Because I think,
Distracted. You're distracted.
and the getting distracted joke got played on. as seen. So that was in Gordon Sprint. When you press sprint, it played the audio cue.
Go for bye now. What? I'm listening to music.
I think Camera Dancing is generally quite kind on the copyright side of things. Also, the fact is I've managed to keep it short, and
Actually, looks like my keyboard. Actually.
generally I've rambled or did crap singing over it enough to try and hide it. So like I said, this video suffered no issues on release. So thankfully, I was nothing tied down me.
Possible. It's too many polygons in this.
My joke. So he's saying you left this in Black Mesa. So I said, impossible. It's too many polygons in this. I'm actually a bit annoyed. I haven't seen how it's compressed. It's honestly, it's when it goes dark. So it's the rendering of the lighting changes, which is a bit disappointing. But like I said, I am a bit annoyed. But it generally, it's also, I think, rendering speed as well. Sometimes if it's doing any quick changing of light, so if it's maintaining similar colours, it's like dynamic shifts of light and colour. Well, colour entirely, because all colours light in this, since it's a screen technically, but yeah. So just playing along. So the sort of idea of me cutting clips for this was to catch stuff like this, where something broke, like the helicopter, and a bit of like an odd like I probably better not shoot that as a joke of a video I aggro with. But also cutting to crap like doing this. Well, I wanted to cut to this, and I thought, no, I'm gonna just randomly walk to it because it's very short.
Oh god, I forgot about the eyes. Oh god, I forgot about the eyes.
They are very disconcerting. But, and then you have like this, where I was like, I couldn't be asked doing a voice line for this because it was kind of like audio clear enough, and then there was cuts like this. So my idea was to get better at my cutting, because basically, what was the edits? I'm not really put the time in to learn how to edit amazingly, but I do have a general idea of how to do stuff. So it's one of them where playing Half-Life enough to know what you're doing, and generally playing and showing off clips of transitioning through the levels, cleaning off, enjoying the mods, because the mods change the sound. There's Tom and Jerry, there's Wilhelm screams for the death sounds, there's remastered textures, the guns. I had a weird floppy SMG that never worked because the retextured guns overlaid them. So there was more death mods, but they never got allowed because this mod, some of the remaster mods, ruined it. So then there's me just generally playing the game, but being a bit of a daft sod about it, like doing this. So it's me playing this casually, funly. I'm just having fun with it. I won't try and spend too long. I don't want to. This stream's gone on long enough, in a sense for that. But there's like a few genuine moments of like sheer stupidity. So if you are watching this somehow, do please actually watch this. But as you can see, me actually just having some moments of like, oh yeah, this is. Because you don't forget this. It's a long game. You don't remember absolutely. I mean, you play it enough, but some stuff you just generally like react to the first time almost. I had a weird airboat mod, and it's like the airboat scene. Did it go on for too long? Well, it does, but it's also fun. Then there's also getting past this, because normally you have to jump it.
Honestly, I was pressing right, then I went left.
And then it's being traumatized the fact I forgot about that mod.
God, there you are. Abomination.
Then it's actually finding a way to break the game slightly by skipping a part of the map. with a bit of boat parkour, the Mossman joke. So I've literally, the only reason I thought I downloaded it was like, alright, I need to put some player model mods on because it's a bit boring. And I thought, you know what? I'm sick of her monologues and all that. I'll just have her with nice. So yeah, the entire time I've literally kept up the bit because A, I'm bored stiff of the monologue. B, because I'm a man. C, because of the joke.
Honestly, there's no wonder Coach is hitting that. I mean,
You choose not to see the video.
Survivor.
What do you mean you haven't seen the video? It was the
What
boobs.
is that?
Was the boob joke ruining it? So yeah. So you have literally, and I've forgot to really. Yeah, so that was me probably a copy and paste issue of me copying over the text, but me clearly running the bit as long as I can. Of I'm paying attention. Then there's jokes like laughing like this.
And then you change the picture.
Of me generally just being in a good mood. Because I found stuff like this when the mods actually changed stuff. Then there's me. Basically,
Skills make a bit more sense.
there's an Alex humming moment here. And every time,
Best skill.
as my best kill comment. And it's one of them, it runs in the background. And I'm like, I'm always, like, you can see the jeans here. Look at that, all the jeans. Like I said, it's weird. It's weird to keep staring at, but it was always like the moment of, is it flickering? Is it just me? And and literally, honestly, I'm not a person to do a video essay on the conversations and the models, but the character chemistry is brilliant in this game. And there's a moment of me not doing a lot for about a good 5 minutes, and hearing the womps, and missing textures, then getting an achievement randomly because I remembered I watched a video and thought, oh yeah, that's the, and getting the achievement for it, and then I forgot about this, and was horrified and happy. It is absolutely terrifying, and just didn't realise how terrified this scene was.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
But generally, like I said, the early game had a good moments.
Some shit.
Having Demoman zombies in Ravenfield, alien fast zombies, which kind of made it worse because they had very loud walking sounds.
What the?
So they were just very loud, annoying thumping.
Why am I
So it made them easy and harder to kill at the same time because A, they didn't have the fast zombies screeching, so you weren't like. Because basically the sound design is brilliant, so your adrenaline just starts absolutely going through the roof, which I hate. I don't get scared too much, it's just my adrenaline starts driving me nuts. So I start getting like anxiety through the roof. I don't think you can hear it, if I can get it right. Or can I catch, for example, but the mic beeping. Unfortunately, it's a USB mic, so it's not particularly the most brilliant audio capture device in the world.
Oh, there we go. There's that awful section.
We have Father Grigori as a
They're actually terrifying to fight. Because you realise they're as good as you in some sense.
Could you do? And then we had the joke about the boob joke carrying on because it's a woman. I realised how I cut out the mines because they were just boring, and cut back to me just ambushing a head crab. Any moment of me just fluffing around, you know, add a Gordon sprints in. Keep the staple going. So it's one of them. It's trying to find a balance between ensuring the transition for the game, the gameplay, and bit of mods, bit of daftness, bit of just general play. So I think I've done well. I think halfway through I do lose it a bit, but that's because Nova Prospect felt like it went on for a while. I will admit. I think Nova broke me because I actually died a few times, and
this has got the same thing as Buggy because the mods affected it.
So yeah, I had a driving mod on that ruined the driving characteristics, and then I did something daft trying to get up this hill manually. Then it started playing Linkin Park, so I'm doing my high squeaky voice. Yeah, so I'm doing that basically. Driving like an idiot because it didn't drive well. The driving scenes are quite like close together, really. Saying in the edit, I've only cut out a little bit.
Why do I install a mod that makes this more difficult?
So a bit of explanation in text. Like I said, I generally wind down my editing near the end a bit. As you can see, there's a certain add-on to the gunship models that even they get hits. But it's one of them where if the YouTube buffering doesn't, and then yeah, there's this moment. If they want to work, there we go. So general playthrough, like I said, it's a little bit mixed between a bit of editing for a bit of comedic effect, pointing out with text stuff. Nothing too sophisticated, nothing too comedy, but
Hold on a second.
and general moments of absolute confusion. So yeah, I do think I've done quite well. It's not brilliant, it's not like the best work you've ever seen. I did die a few times here, to be fair. Like, I did have... It was here. So I did this entire fight scene, and then... Problem was, is when you played a campaign once or something daft, you generally know what you're doing. And when it's a game you've played shit tons of times with similar mechanics, you generally know what's going to happen. So you can only do so much for... And also, like, I like the harsh die cuts where you die and it's immediately cut back. So it's one of them where a bit of a trying to keep the pace going. It's a long video, so you don't want to be. Basically, I didn't want to redo the actual long jokes, the overstating the welcome. I want it to be fast, snappy, flowing. I think I have achieved that. So you got general moments of me just being a bit, yeah.
Run, Forrest, run!
A reference or two. It's one of them. So I didn't want to be bogged. Especially, basically, I had time to do it when I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to spend too long in my life worrying about trying to get this out and having a long edit. So I cut things down. I keep things simple. I keep it more honest and natural, which is generally how I make my videos anyway. I don't really. I mean, it's less effort on my part, but it's also, I think they're naturally more human in that sense as well. I don't try and do stuff too unnaturally. I suppose when when you start analysing what works best and what doesn't, but it's one of them. There's a bit of natural moments, of general gameplay
And we're driving on.
shenanigans. And a lot of times, my commentating was crap because the problem was the game's quite finicky. So it's trying to A, show I'm competent playing the game, B, play the game, C, get through the game, and also the fact is it's long-winded. So a lot of the time the energy was not exactly there, and which was a slight downside at times. So you have moments like this. Alright, we're coming up this tunnel. But you know what? I think I did well.
So I think that these tunnels actually still exist in Half-Life. It's like...
My comment about the fact why does the tunnels not be bombed out? This is me accidentally doing this. I'm forgetting about the trigger.
I consider that good parking. Oh. No. No.
Throw it in the garage, and it's like, oh shit. And then I do a hard cut, which is a pretty good cut to be fair. as I literally respawn, and it's done that. So if you remember, I went through the level at the checkpoint, and I was on the wheels, and this is how it respawned me as. Just some natural shenanigans. And don't forget the game's iconic as well, so if you're a fan of Half-Life, you generally probably appreciate. I mean, you probably watched this enough times, but it's also general daftness. And then for the gunship fight, I did something a bit special here, where every time I fired, I didn't realise how short I made the cut, but yeah. So basically, I cut it up to here. So it's like every time I fire, it's a scene. The Ring doorbell joke. And it's literally just absolutely tonking on for it. Showing the fact it's not as breezing apart. There was a bit of a fight to it, and just having a bit of fun with it basically. And this is when I first realised the bloody the medic skibbities. And then it's Laszlo, the finest man of generation joke. And then there's me taking this scene very seriously. I only slipped it once with the antlions, and then painstakingly. The problem is, I played the game and I was having fun playing Half-Life, and that made good footage, but also made stupid footage moments like this, where this took forever, but it's also just doing this. So you could play it by skipping across and doing as little antline pickups as you can. And there's also me just building a bridge, which is then trying to edit this in sections of where it looks like I'm making progress. Oh. Is the preview alright? Open widget. Poor. What do you mean poor? What do you mean poor? You should just be showing my display. There's not a lot going on. It's not high graphic games. You should be just playing what you're seeing. I've not put anything on difficult DVR. I don't even know what that means. Is it audio? What do you mean not my video? You're literally watching a video. Fucking YouTube preview. Anyway, yes, like I said, I'm literally trying to show cuts of progress. So it's one of them. It's hours of footage. So I'm constantly realizing and regretting how I recorded certain bits of it. But like I said, it's a playthrough. It's one of them. You generally, there are gonna be moments of a bit of crap. There's gonna be moments of a bit of yeah. There's gonna be moments you can make a big gag out like the doorbell, but it's one of them where trying to show moments. This part especially was signs of a little bit of finagling, sure, a bit of human finagling, but progress of like yes. It's only a few seconds, like a few 10, 30 seconds, but you know, trying to keep the flow of it.
This is where I wanna scream and shout.
It also helped that I didn't talk a lot because it means like I could cut through myself. I could cut wherever I wanted. I wasn't speaking.
Right, our plan is simple. We're going to run.
And you have this entire scene here, and then Nova, I jump cut to inside, breaking into prison this way. There's a bit of a level cut there to be fair. And this is where I think I started dropping my bit, where it just got a bit. Oh, but it's a bunch of corridor fighting, so it just kind of washed down of how far can I skip without having a need to show off what was happening. I'm being a bit too committed of showing bit by bit of how you played the level. It wasn't too bad. I mean, we got to this part pretty quickly, the second Antlion fight. Oh, sorry, the third one technically, because there was a one before in here. Then you get to. It's not. I said, it's not too bad really.
Yeah, I'll call this guy boxes.
But in the same breath, at the start, I get hit the guns blazing, bang bang, techs here, bang. But it's also the womp womp joke. It's a constant now. I'm noticing it much. I'll only put it in when I notice it and start giggling or smiling or generally being a bit amused by it. It's when the audience, like I said, the soundtrack wasn't really there, which is a bit annoying. But when I go quiet and the character's been speaking for a bit, and then when you pick on the womps again, then it's when I pull them back in again as a current joke. I mean, the boob joke was the boob joke. A bit tasteless. There's that joke again. No text, just voice. Gordon Sprint comes in.
Well, technically Father Gregory was best girl, but...
Yeah, Father Gregory. So, depending on the opinion.
Over here.
Like I said, there's a bit of light. I mean, don't stir out our ass, but the jeans were doing this weird gene thing. Like I said, the model was good, but it was having some weird, like, buzz effect that was running at a faster rate than the screens were.
It's Coach! I forgot for a moment that it wasn't actually Eli.
As I said there was moments of just being stuck in the game.
I still think the jeans are having a weird visual bug.
Like I said, the jeans were having some... You can see it more with the compression of YouTube, but in the actual game it was a bit harder to tell.
Oh, nah, the texture was pretty good. I mean, it's good gene texture, it's just...
I mean, the texture's high quality, but it's where then we... And then you had a moment of that. And then you had a moment of me doing this. I'm just playing this and you have the turret sections. Which is just showing me just having a bit of a crap fight. No, not really, no. To be fair, I've been playing a bit of War Thunder, to be fair, off screen. I've been a bit ill, to be fair, so... I'm kind of taking it easy. I recorded a Ravenfield video today. That's coming out on Monday. Because they generally do well for the channel, and generally, I might do a War Thunder. I probably can. I've actually got a bit of progression. I've got some new vehicles I've got unlocked, so I probably should. I mean, other than that, I'm playing War Thunder for fun, then instead it's like, ugh. If you want to play War Thunder for fun, you want to play it for video, but yeah, I can do.
Yeah, it's like a small firefight.
But yeah, today no, I'm gonna probably about 30:30, probably in about 20 minutes, cut this off probably-ish, or probably 20:30. Right here. Yeah, well, I've been grinding the Erdtree a bit more now, so I've kind of got the not Lincoln, is it? The thing before the Lincoln. Not Lincoln. Is it Lincoln? I don't know. I've got something in War Thunder. But the new bomber after the Halifax, I've got small planes. Problem is, they keep adding aircraft in, so I didn't play for ages. So I have to get getting some aircraft behind what I got. I got the Mosquito. I got. Basically, yeah, I'm trying to jump up to the rank 3 of the air list to catch up with my. So basically, I'm at 7.0 highest in the tanks for the British, because I've got the FV7, whatever it was. The up-armoured Centurion hull thing. I've got a Centurion 1, I've got like a Charioteer. I've got like a 6.3 line completed, because basically I got that 7.0 vehicle, and then I unlocked the Centurion, but ran out of silver lions to buy it. Then I'll be able to do the boob joke, Cam. Then I unlocked it, then I had to stop back playing. But that was when the War Thunder's economy. Basically, I stopped playing War Thunder for months because that's when the economy got to peak shit of where you were literally playing round after round and not getting enough back. So I was playing realistic a lot, and I was playing realistic so much I wasn't getting anything out of it. Because I was playing like was it 4.0 realistic with the Churchill and that. So the Churchill was the only thing. Yeah, that's one vehicle, mind you. I'm currently at attacking ground vehicles on like 6. I'll open up in the background for you. Why not? This is just a ramble stream, but yeah. But it literally is. Thankfully I've did it a couple Christmas challenges and that have given me like a quick a few hundred silver lions, so I've managed to get back this boo joke. Honestly, I take that boo joke too far on that, but yeah.
I was being stupid.
What's worth noting here? Other than me,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, just trying to go on the voice lines here. Where is it? So yeah, another thing to note with the mods in this was this part of the map broke, which is fun. Anyway, to jump to War Thunder, just to might as well get this while I'm here. See, day 9. I've been playing it days straight. I'm sorry, I'm a menace. So yeah, this is the 6.0 lineup I have. So you have the Centurion, the Charioteer, the Buzzspark, the Rattel. And this is my 7.3 vehicle. It's not the actual rank 7s, which are down here. So I'm currently trying to get the FV for the 6-point line and then the Skink. I'm going to probably skip this, jump to the G6, work my way down to the Tortoise, get the Centurion as well forward after the Tortoise, because then that's... Problem is, these jump up to 7.0, so this entire line gets partially screwed. And then the Caravan Conqueror, which I had, because of the updates, they've moved back down, then I'm up to the 8.0s. Then the Navy's not the Aviation. The Aviation, what I've got, it's a Sterling, that's what I got. I've recently unlocked the Sterling, very recently. I'm been clearing for the Firefly. I've got I think I'm getting the thing after the Firefly now. Yeah, well, problem was, I was like that, because basically ages ago, I was just literally doing every nation. Then I stuck to home nation. I mean, Italy got a little bit, France's done a little bit. It's the new ones I haven't done. Yeah, I've got a few hundred hours in War Thunder, I will admit. So yeah, that is basically how I made back the early money was low tier premiums, which I got with the free premiums you get at the start of the game. So I had a 1.0 thingy. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, back to my rambling. With the I think I had a mod that remastered. What are you doing, dog? Go away. Looking after a damn dog. Right. Apologies, coughing again. This teleporter, I had a remastered model or something, so nothing worked. So I had to unfortunately manually jump levels and get back to this horrific decision. I tell you, if playing so many levels without seeing Doug again and returning to that is like a heart attack and a heartbreak at the same time.
That's what we do when you are issues.
So then, yeah, then you get to Street Wars, and generally having fun. I don't want to keep rambling on too long, but I think this is where it gets like a bit like Nova, where I think Nova I didn't do too bad, but it got a little bit drony because you're just progressing through the levels, but the levels are all. I mean, it's not too bad when I look at it. I think it's just me in my own head a little bit. But yeah, so my entire point of trying to keep these cuts flowing and basically show you me playing the game and the good moments, the funny moments, the bits of entertaining bits, but also keeping it snappy and flowing was achievable-ish. Yeah, the facehuggers. What do you want, dog? So it's like playing this bit and get my ass slightly kicked. There's a bit of a brain fog moment when you run, oh yeah, this is how you play the level again. And then there's honestly the most like detailed part of the Half-Life 2, this bit here, you're like, oh my god. And then quite entertainingly, I'm like, why do I hear Alex? Door blows open. And it's like, oh, it's like, how do you see me? It's one of the things where you're breaking triggers. Oh yeah, this is quite funny as well. So basically, she's like, yeah, you go left, I go right, we're going to breach the door. And I out-breached her. Generally playing. Oh yes, the Hot Tour combine balls. Does it? I might be able to catch him. I'll catch him later probably, but. Can I catch him easy enough? I don't know. What are you doing? This damn dog is blind, deaf, and stupid. But basically, yeah. Playing through Street Wars and all that. Then you get to the bloody fancy building section. There you go. There's the hot tour ball. Like I said, you just basically, this is the bit where my editing flow broke down a little bit because it just got a bit monotonous. But also just in the gameplay side, it's a bit long-winded because it is the uprising part where you're just constantly fighting, constantly moving forward. There's the bloody awful mod Skibidi model. Oh god. If there's a mod I regret, so the boo joke went on for far too long, but it sort of just paid off the fact it was just a long-running joke for the sake of the fact I've seen the cutscenes that many times. It's just to be fair, the only thing else that probably went on a bit too long with this was, I don't know how well in After the Fact it appears, but this fight, I died a few times, let's just say. And it's trying to edit these by showing, yes, I'm failing, yes, I'm going, oh, for God's sake, having harsh cuts away back into the action where you just were. Also the fact you get about 4 Striders going at you, which is a pain in the ass to fight anyway. Honestly, this game's 2004. The Striders are 2004. You're telling me that the NPCs, that annoying, that advanced, that cool to fight, are 2004. I'm just taking this dog out. Oh, do you want out, dog? Here you go. I'll let you out. You can stop mithering me. For about 5 minutes, and I have to let him back in because I get guilty. My fault looking after a dog. Right. There's another combine ball. Try and skip along, because I know I have spent well too long waffling, but like I said, the entire point of the video was generally edited, but I didn't want to spend too long or too short on clips. It's one of them. What did I find in post annoying, long-winded, and whatnot was generally what I tried to. It's also buffeting. YouTube's not liking me doing this. Or it says, or the widget's not. You have Barney, you have Dog again, you have this entire scene. Then you get to this Citadel, which is interesting. Because the Citadel is the best worst part because I just stopped editing. I just thought, I'm going to create a creative decision here. And just not. I mean, after I get into it, the very first getting into it, I then start deciding, right, what do I do? It's me also opening a can, casually. But just let the scene play out. Just let Half-Life be Half-Life. Which is a bit of a weird thing, saying it was meant to be a bit of an edited, streamlined video, even though it's 3 hours long. I never intended it to be that long, it just turned out me making it just went long-winded, so. And there's me just being throwing a fit.
From me. Now it's time to die.
So just literally listening to Breen's speech on purpose, taking the time to stand there to listen to the full audio clip, and then it cuts off the screen. Just playing the mission full length for your enjoyment. So literally, I'm just playing unrestricted, and then we finally, as that's a breather from the cuts, the bit of the long-winded sort of action scenes from the full mission, as we cut to the Booze McGee.
Tits McGee.
Dog's pooping again. Yay. The Tits McGee jokes returned. You don't sit still, do you?
You said something? It's nice, I guess. I want that back, you know.
Apologies, coughing again. And yeah, so basically, I just had fun. I mean, at this point, I just put a blatant.
View towards that window.
Like I said, I just ran this joke into the ground and still kept running it. Like I said, it was one of them. The joke's there, the model's there just for the actual. I mean, why have a character model that much cleavage? Just for the sake of having that much model, that much cleavage. So it's just running the entire thing. Like I said, you can watch this yourselves. And the character development, you had the brain grub. And I think you have to have one of the few swears at that point as well. Said I think it was actually quite tasteful for me just to leave the ending unclipped down. So it is. Try to catch the dog's bloody doing wandering, so I have to get him in. There you go, you're happy now. Just let the scene play out, let the end mission play as intended. Time again. Let Saul Goodman do it. And then you get to hear me doing this.
Oh, well, that was quite topical, to be fair. If you haven't watched the 20th anniversary Half-Life Day.
Thankfully, I managed to took over the entire Linkin Park ending song. It's quiet, but I was not taking any chances at all. And then I did another Gary's Mod edit at the end.
Well, thank you,
My tapping. I forgot how cool that was actually. Then
well.
I might cut.
Step into my...
So this was the Christmas send off I made. Gary's Mod, just a few. Also live, not voiced over. I think no, it was voiced over this. No, I think this was voiced over. The other one wasn't. No, the other one definitely wasn't. But this was also one take recorded. It could have been live. I don't remember. I don't remember. I made it. It was made like last month. And then you have the final send off where then the character goes to sleep. Hello. And then, like I said, for all that, so I've done it, tried to keep it as flow as possible at the end. What do I do? Here's just a general bit of daftness. So yeah, just messing around. It's one of them. I didn't know how to end it, so it's like just be me. And then what made it peak for my little send off blooper part of this was just this. Happy New Year, bang, it crashes the game. Bloody brilliant. I don't think I could have. I mean, it broke me a little bit, but I don't think I could have played the entire. So you got, like I said, the 3 hours, doing my best to keep it edited, but not like I'm not mega edited, but flowing gently enough with annoying jokes. Well, the annoying joke of the boob joke, and then kept it flowing, and then at the end I've got a festive Christmas song in the background, I've been rambling. So basically, I created. I wanted to make a Half-Life video after the Steam Workshop mods were out, and so I made it. And I thought, well, it's basically Christmas, so it was scheduled for Christmas. So I'm just rambling on about it. I've been rambling basically. I just looked at this year and rambled about what I've been doing this year. Well, I say this year, last year, should I say? So I've just been talking about it, what went well, what went thingy, and then I've been on about how I tried to make this and what went well, what went wrong, basically. Not the most interesting thing to come in on, to be fair. I am just... Not to sell myself short, I do ramble. A little bit. So like I said, I just generally... I wasn't quite sure how to end it. Like I said, I sort of didn't plan exactly. I knew I wanted to end it goofily a little bit. And then it's one of them, what did I have left music-wise? Because bit of a pain to cut off. So it's like, right, let me just let it run out. A little bit of text scroll again. And thankfully this time I didn't have to spend about 3 minutes dragging out the text. And ended it. So yeah. That's that. So yeah. I think that is everything this year. I mean, I've covered the streams. I've covered the videos. That is 2024, which is potentially, I would argue, been... That's that. Oh, that's why I sound like, ugh, I like me on video, because I'm sad. There we go. That has literally been this year so far. So, this year, let's keep it simple as in, it's gone well. We've boomed, and I say we've really boomed, which I can't thank enough. Thankfully, and yeah. I mean, let's quickly put on a dumb page for a moment. Let's just let's go to the community post and just go full screen for a moment. Anyway, you can see actually the actual thumbnail before it gets cut off, which is annoying. But yeah, let's have a quick look. Can we have a quick glance at analytics and try and sneakily get out the final tally of what this year's been? I say this year, it's last year. That's going to be another thing. I have to remember it's a new year. It's a new year. Well, I say a new year, new me. It's still me. It is still me, unfortunately. You're not going to get anything much better than that, unfortunately. Right, let's have a quick looky. So, January, the 1st of Jan 2024, we're on 63 subscribers, and we've jumped up to 240. So that's probably the quickest thing I can show of the sense of growth. We've jumped up massively. So yeah. General shenanigans out of the way. That has been the year of 2024, and like I said, there's been questions of what I've been doing. I have been just... What am I doing? Yeah, that is word shapes. Yes, that's very good. That is, it basically, to keep the rambling down to the minimum, before I keep collapsing slowly further and further into the rabbit hole of rambling. We've done quite well in places, we've boomed in others. Like I said, we've done dramatic. I mean, this tab here, the popular videos tab, 4 months, 4 months, 9 months, 4 months. We've boomed in recent times, and this... I mean, we're looking at that random Saxon Hill video I did. A random TF2 video I did a year ago. And then where is it? Well, shows you how good it's been doing, because I remember if I can actually find it. Though I doubt it, because I think YouTube changed live streams from videos to live, which is unfortunate, but yeah. It used to be something daft like a video in the 40s or something daft, or the 80s or something. Like I said, thankfully we've boomed enough. The channel's started working again. It started surviving. It started thriving. And yeah, so this year it's been progress. It's been an absolute upheaval, and it's been a brilliant drive for me personally. I will admit, to actually put out more crap for people to watch. So yeah, that is essentially my ramble of the last year, and this year moving forward is, well, I did point out the 4th of April is the anniversary of Call of Survival the series. I've been working on that. I'll do that. Rainfield, I'm still doing that because that somehow works. I don't know why people watch it. You watch it anyway. I think probably it's a viewer thing working. I don't know. It's also saying it's why is it back to normal? So the stream health, it's not going to widget. Before I had a widget. Okay, ignoring me shouting at YouTube streaming software in the right side of my screen, or the right screen, should I say? Before I get distracted again. I'm so good at commentary, I tell you. I'm so brilliant, just jumping here, there, and everywhere. But yeah. Where was I? I even lost myself. But yeah, this year has been great, and I think it has put me somewhere more appreciative of what I can do, and I'm not just making crap for the sake of myself. So that's a bit of a difference. So, yes. So it's a new year, and my resolution is I will do as best as I can. Like I said, uni was an issue because this boomed in the summer holidays. Unfortunately for me, unfortunately because I couldn't keep up the same pace I started. But fortunately, it still worked out well. So yes, he has left. Unfortunately, the viewer thing. It says he's left. So someone popped in, and I'm having a ramble. I know. I really shouldn't do ramble streams. I'm not that entertaining, and I'm not gonna webcam or anything daft to see me. Well, I don't want a webcam, do I? I mean, yeah, it's Brazilian apparently. I can't say his name, so being Elden helps. Anyway, yeah, I'll stop rambling as best I can because I want to wrap this up. I did say around this point I wanted to end it off because my voice is still going, and I'm still ill slightly. I'm getting out better at least. So yeah, like I said, was it 520 odd? Like I said, we've got 120 videos difference from from this year alone, basically, and we boomed. We've done well. I mean, I've made a series and carried it to well, not completion, but we've carried it to 30 odd episodes. That's the longest running direct series on this channel that has been accurate. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, this stream's been a bit random. I've had people popping in saying hello. Previous guy wanted War Thunder. I will actually do more War Thunder if I have time. Unfortunately, it's the weekend, so there were people in the house and noises, so I can't do that. Monday I'm back at uni, so if midweek next week I'm not tasked or string, or I've got some stuff to do, but if I get a chance, I think I will do War Thunder. I've got a colony video I want to do, but I want to do it in a bit more energetic. I'm down again, sorry. Other than that, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will stop rambling now. Watch this fucking thing. I know I've just gave you like an hour-long run-through of my thoughts and what I was aiming for and where I was a bit iffy about if I did it well or not, but yeah. Go and fucking do it. I know I'm rambling. I know I'm being a pain in the ass. There's a reason why the stream's not very viewed. So that often, yeah. Anyway, have a good day and all that.